The bad news is it looks like Ellis Sims will not be coming back to Hearts, but the good news is we can set our sights on trying to get Lawrence Shankland. Welcome back, guys, to Son of Scotland TV, and straight off the bat I want to say I know a lot of people do not think that Lawrence Shankland is good news. A lot of people are not interested in Shankland. A lot of people think we should be looking for a higher calibre player than Lawrence Shankland. But what I've got to say is, guys, get fucking real. Come on. I mean, yes, of course, I would love to be looking at the likes of Lewandowski or Haaland or Mbappe or something like that. But we just need to be realistic here. We're Hearts. We're not Real Madrid, right? And I think Lawrence Shankland would be a decent option for us. Look at our options. They ain't very good. We're up shit creek without a paddle. We've got Liam Boyce, and he's done. He's 33. He was never that good to begin with, and he's getting on in life. He's getting old. I mean, we need options beside Liam Boyce, and if that means Shankland, then I will happily take Shankland. I think people need to remember as well that, I mean, a few years ago, Shankland was a hot property. A few years ago, people were not begging, but people really wanted, clubs, fans for clubs like Hearts, Hibs, Aberdeen, all wanted Shankland. It was at Dundee United that ended up getting him. So, I mean, let's be real, yeah, it's Dundee United. He didn't have a bad spell at Dundee United at all. He still had a good goal-scoring record. It's not really happened in Belgium. But there's no reason why he couldn't return to Scotland and start banging in the goals. And I hope he returns to Scotland and starts banging in goals for Hearts. But yeah, let's talk about Ellis Sims. We did have plans on getting him back, but that kind of resolved around it being a loan deal. Robbie Nielsen has said that as much as he wants Ellis Sims to come back to the club, the fact that Everton want to sell him, that pretty much rules Hearts out. It's not that we can't afford the transfer fee, but we can't afford to pay 100% of Ellis Sims' wages. So unless Sims really loves it at Hearts, unless he really wants to be a Jambo and he's willing to take a big pay cut, unfortunately it's just not going to happen. Hearts are not going to be paying a five-figure wage, 100% of it anyway at least. So yeah, Ellis Sims, it looks like that deal is officially dead, unless Everton decide that they're happy to loan him out, but they appear to want to sell him. And there's certainly enough people that will, match the release clause, or at least the value that Everton have for him, which I believe is around $500,000. And, English Championship clubs will pay that. So, and they can, unfortunately, unlike Hearts, afford his wages. So, I mean, Ellis Sims, I like the guy. I would love to see him back, but I pretty much gave up all hope. A couple of days ago, I said it was about 20% on Ellis Sims signing. That's how positive I was. Now I'd say it's down to about 5%. I mean, it pretty much all depends on if Everton decide that they do want to, in fact, loan him out. Let's be real. Footballers are greedy bastards. Ellis Sims is not going to take a pay cut. He's not going to, lose out on, 60, 50% of what he could earn to come to Hearts. Doesn't matter that we are realistic, trophy challengers every season. Doesn't matter that we're guaranteed European football this season. People don't really care about that. They would rather go for the money. I don't want to make this about Rangers, but let's quickly look at Joe Aribo. I mean, Joe Aribo, if he stays at Rangers, there's a good chance he will get Champions League football, but if not, he's guaranteed Europa League football. Rangers, obviously, challenging for titles every season, or at least they should be. Yet players tend to leave and go to English Premiership clubs. Not even Aribo. I mean, you look at Victor Wanyama, you look at Virgil van Dijk. It's not like they went straight to Liverpool or whatever, or Tottenham or big teams. They normally go to the smaller clubs like Southampton first. So it just goes to show you that money talks. Competing for trophies isn't exactly the be-all and end-all for players competing in Europe. And I used to think that Europa League and Champions League, that was a big thing for them, but it appears not. So Ellis Sims, he will choose Millwall probably, and fair play to him, but I mean, I would rather much play for Hearts than play for Millwall and just get lost in the shuffle down there and just be another player, just another Championship player, when he could be at Hearts and he could be a hero for Hearts. He could get the Europa League experience and he could turn into a fucking god. Who knows? Maybe get an England call-up. Never going to happen when he plays for Hearts. But let's be real. As for Lawrence Shankland, let's get him in, guys. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's at least have two strikers, Lawrence Shankland and Liam Boyce. That's assuming Liam Boyce will stay. There is interest in Liam Boyce. Aberdeen, especially, we're looking at Boyce. We know Jim Goodwin and Boyce have a Northern Irish connection. Apparently they're good friends, and Goodwin wants to bring Boyce to Aberdeen, but Boyce is saying he wants to stay in the capital, and you can't really blame him. Third best team in the country. the guaranteed Europa League football that Boyce could be the main striker in. So it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer that Boyce would rather stay at Hearts than go to Aberdeen. But yeah, let's get this Shankland deal done, guys. Let's do it. Let's get Shankland in. We need another striker. I wouldn't be opposed if we got Shankland and another striker, but we at least need to get one more striker in, because Liam Boyce isn't enough on his own. If it's Shankland, so be it. If it's Shankland and somebody else, then great. But we need to get somebody in. So I hope we get this Shankland deal done soon and get it over the line. And yeah, we've got less than a month before the Scottish Premiership season starts. Remember, we've got a really early start to the season this season with the whole Winter World Cup. So yeah, football is almost coming back, and thank God, because it's boring as fuck without it. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Any more transfer news, I'll keep you updated. But yeah, it looks like Ellis Sims is a no, and yeah, Shankland could be a maybe, a good maybe, a strong maybe. Hopefully he signs. Till next time, peace.